Greetings and welcome to the channel. Today I'm visiting Robbie Burns' birthplace in Alloway, which is in Ayr in Ayrshire. And we are at the famous Doon Bridge. What does this have to do with churches, asks you? Well, I'm glad you asked me that, because we are shortly about to visit the Auld Kirk, which relates to the Burns family.
Excellent.
No, not that one. Before we visit the Auld Kirk, I can't resist the opportunity to walk across the bridge. I love bridges anyhow, and a famous bridge even more so.
Yeah.
We're now viewing the Doon. There's a bridge over the Doon, so it's a Doon. And over there is a pub and another modern bridge. There's a monument garden over there. So that way is the museum, the Burns Museum, which is really interesting. And the church is that way, past the monument. And then we veer around to the right. So back over the Doon we go as we make our way towards the Auld Kirk. It's not often you get a return journey for the price of a single. I'm even thinking like a Scotsman now. Take no offence, laddie. I'm only pulling your kilt. Enjoying the views as we go. I'll see you at the Auld Kirk. Right. So here we are at Alloway, Auld Kirk, when glimmering through the groaning trees, Kirk Alloway seemed in a bleeze. Through ilka bore the beams were glancing, and loud resounded mirth and dancing. Let us enter. Oh well, I didn't have any problem finding William Burns and Agnes Brown's grave. These are the parents of Robert Burns. It says on the inscription that Robert Burns wrote some lines on the back of the gravestone, so let's have a look. O ye whose cheek the tear of pity stains, draw near with pious reverence and attend. Here lie the loving husband's dear remains, the tender father and the generous friend, the pitying heart that felt for human woe, the dauntless heart that feared no human pride, the friend of man to vice alone a foe, for e'en his failings lean to virtue's side. This pathway contains slabs that are inset in the ground, which relate to Robert Burns' poem Tam O'Shanter. It looks like there's no roof on the kirk. So I imagine if we can't get through the door, we could get in through the roof. I started walking this way and went all the way round, and then realised I'd actually done it the wrong way round. So I decided to redo it again, the correct way. My father, with 2 or 3 other neighbours, raised by subscription a sum of enclosing this ancient cemetery with a wall, hence he came to consider it as his burial place. Robert requested of Captain Grose that he would make a drawing of Alloway Kirk. The captain agreed, provided the poet would furnish a witch story to be printed along with it. The Kirk of Alloway, a place so well known to be a favourite haunt of the devil and the devil's friends and emissaries. On such a night as the devil would choose to take the air in, a farmer was plodding and plashing homeward, with his plough irons on his shoulder. By the time he reached Alloway, it was the wizard hour between night and morning. He was struck aghast by discovering, through the horrors of the storm and stormy night, a light which on his nearer approach plainly showed itself to proceed from the haunted edifice. He saw nothing but a kind of kettle or cauldron, simmering, some heads of unchristened children, limbs of executed malefactors, etc., for the business of the night. That's so very interesting to him. He was surprised and entertained to see a dance of witches round their old sooty blackguard master, who was keeping them all alive with the power of his bagpipe. This is the window that Tam O'Shanter looked through. The farmer could plainly descry the faces of many old women of his acquaintance and neighbourhood, all in their smocks. The pursuing vengeful hags were so close at his heels that one of them actually sprung to seize him. By some means or other, getting home again, he lived long to tell the world the wondrous tale. It says Tam O'Shanter may have gazed through this window when he saw warlocks and witches in a dance. The iron grave protectors inside are mosaics and were installed to prevent body snatchers robbing graves. A person with a disease had to anoint themselves with blessed water from this font before entering the kirk. This ancient sycamore tree has grown into the kirk, by which they mean this. I've just noticed where they had to anoint themselves. My wife's always really good at noticing details, and she's just pointed out this grave to me, which relates to the last person to be baptised in this church. She also showed me another grave, which was really interesting. Oh, she's pointing out another one now. This one.
That's a farmer.
A farmer.
This one.
Oh, this one.
He's a merchant, because there's a boat at the top and it says he was a merchant.
Oh, okay. Thank you. And the last one she pointed out to me, we had difficulty reading, but there's a plaque next to it to show the ornate details from it. I think that's one side, that's the plaque, of course, and there's writing on this side which we couldn't read. Anyways, I'll leave it there. I hope you enjoyed this version. It's a bit different from some of them with the poetry. See you in the next one. Bye for now.